This makes no sense, right? This is absurd. This is unintelligible. We would ask, what on earth is going on? And the answer of the book is, earth will never give you the answer. Heaven will give you the answer. Not the whole answer that you want, maybe, but it will give an answer. So let's back up now to heaven and see what happened. Verse 6 of chapter 1. Now, there was a day when the sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord. I think that means angels. And Satan also came among them. The Lord, that's Yahweh, absolute sovereign Lord, said to Satan, "From where have you come?" And Satan answered the Lord and said, "From going to and fro on the earth and from walking up and down on it." And the Lord said to Satan, "Have you considered my servant Job, that there's none like him on the earth, a blameless and upright man who fears God and turns away from evil?" That's weird. A thief sneaks into the jewelry shop at night while the owner is in the back room looking to steal diamonds. And he runs into the owner, and the owner says, "What are you doing here?" And he says, "I'm looking around for diamonds to steal." And the owner says, "Have you seen the biggest one?" It's up front. Under glass. Here's the key. This is strange. Now, I assume that God's not a bumbler. You can say, "Ooh, I didn't mean to say that. I didn't mean to draw attention to Job. I should have brought attention to some carnal Christian over here." Therefore, I do assume God is setting him up. Use whatever words you want. God is manifestly proud of Job. And I use the word carefully. I'm very hesitant to use that word of humans, feeling about humans, because pride means you have some stake, you've got some causality in what they are like. And God had a huge stake in what Job was like, and therefore I say he was hugely proud of Job. Feared God. Job's fear of God called so much attention to the worth and value and power and truth and justice and goodness and wisdom and grace of God that God beamed over Job in the front, in the presence of Satan. Well, Satan is not impressed. Verses 9 to 11. Then Satan answered the Lord and said, "Does Job fear God for no reason? Have you not put a hedge around him and his house and all that he has on every side? You have blessed the work of his hands, and his possessions have increased in the land. But you stretch out your hand and touch all that he has, he will curse you to your face." Now you see what he's doing? This is the setup. This is what's at stake in the book. This is what the book is about. The book is about, will it become evident that Job values his possessions more than God, or will it become evident to the devil and all the hosts of heaven and all the people of us that Job values God more than he values his children and his sheep and oxen and camels and donkeys. That's the issue of the book. God could have said, I don't need to prove anything to you, Satan. I know the heart of my man. I see everything. I know Job better than Job knows Job or anybody else knows Job. He doesn't need to prove anything to you or me. Be gone. That's what he could have done, just like Jesus said, be gone to the demons. And they obeyed him. Satan always obeys God. He commands the unclean spirits and they obey him. Satan is in God's presence by massive, sovereign permission. But God evidently has already set this up. He's not going to change his mind. He knows where he's going. So when Satan says the only reason he worships you, the only reason he fears you, the only reason he treasures you is because you give him stuff. Verse 12, the Lord said to Satan, behold, all that he has is in your hand. Only against him do not stretch out your hand. So Satan went out from the presence of the Lord. And somebody killed the servants and the kids. God is in the process here of demonstrating to the heavenly hosts and to any others who have eyes to see that he himself is paramount in the heart of Job. That's what he's aiming to do. That's the most important thing in the world to God. I didn't throw that sentence out quickly. His being paramount in the hearts of his people is the most important thing in the world to God. Everything else is a means to that end. His supremacy in the hearts of his people. All right. Round one, Job, victor. Let's read it. Verse 20. Then Job arose, tore his robe, shaved his head, fell on the ground, and say the word. Say it and be amazed. He worshiped. And he said, naked I came from my mother's womb, naked I shall return. The Lord gave, and the Lord has taken away. Blessed be the name of the Lord. So Job's answer to the question, who killed the kids, is God. That's what it says. The Lord took them away. And he took all my donkeys and all my camels. Now, you could argue hermeneutically, oh, this is like Ecclesiastes. 99% of the book is false. That won't work here. And there are numerous reasons why. The biggest one is in the next verse, where the author foresees that objection and answers it. Verse 22. In all this, Job did not sin with his lips or charge God with wrong. He didn't sin. In other words, when he said, the Lord gave and the Lord is taken away, that wasn't wrong. That wasn't sin. He wasn't saying anything about God that would be sinful. That's why that verse is there. Because it's so breathtaking. Job, you're saying, you've shaved your head, you've ripped your clothes, you're weeping your eyes out for weeks, and you're saying, God did it, and you're worshiping him? That's what it says.